Hey guys, I thought I would do a quick follow-up video. So I looked at the comments section under my recent video, Concord's failure is due to how ugly it is, and I'll prove it. Where I basically talked a lot about silhouettes. It's just one aspect of a good character design, but it is a very important one. And I know this because I have a lot of experience doing character design myself. And also, I play a lot of fighting games. And in fighting games, silhouettes are very important for a number of reasons. It tells you how big their hitbox is, it tells you a bit about their combat abilities. And it also, aesthetically makes it easily recognizable. And I got a couple of pretty good comments I thought I would respond to while we're looking at some of the images or that I used as my source material. So I'll let this play while I read a few things. You guys let us know what you think about this in the comments. So the primary comment that I liked the most was a individual named @name_is_doc that posted 2 days ago and said, former art professor here, they failed in every major design aspect. There is not a single metric used to judge designs that would not fail any or all of these designs. Silhouettes, big, medium, and small. So, this is the thing that I was talking about. It shows you essentially the girth of the character, a little bit about them, and even has like gameplay, sort of like it has gameplay effects as well. It tells the signals to the other players what your character is based on the silhouette if you can see them, and especially to your teammates because then you know where everybody is on the map and you can tell who's who. Intensity maps. So this is on the skins themselves. Color schemes also very important, and I didn't go into it much because I wanted to focus on one element that kind of like makes it clear, and we could get into the color schemes and things like that. And theme language. They've managed to fail on every metric, which isn't possible organically. This is like getting a 0 on a test that you have to know how these things work to fail every metric. And this brings me to something that I suspect. Now, of course, can't prove it, but I think that this uglification is on purpose. And some people think that that's a crazy notion, but I don't. I think that it is entirely normal to want to uglify things either because you're trying to normalize the ugly because it makes you feel better. And by making it normal, you're sort of like doing yourself a favor because we are talking about people who are at once narcissistic, so they can only see themselves. This is why they're so concerned with representation, because when they say representation, they mean representation of themselves, but they're also intensely insecure. And these things, some people might think that's a contradiction, but it's not. You can be an insecure narcissist, and that's what these individuals are. And I know they have the talent to do good work, but they're choosing this. So this isn't purely because they just don't get it. And it certainly isn't because this stuff is subjective, which is what I am going to continue to rail against. I think that what is aesthetically pleasing, and that doesn't matter if when I say it's aesthetically pleasing or beautiful, it doesn't mean that it's like sexy or really pretty. It could be you could be drawing a monstrous beast, of a chimeric creature, even like a otherworldly elder god that is like absolutely disgusting, but still aesthetically pleasing because you're still following these base rules. So I hope you guys understand that when I say something is beautiful or aesthetic, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily pretty or sexy. So I wanted to thank Name is Doc for the comments. I even asked him if he would come on my show for a live stream to talk about it a little bit more because he is an art professor. Unfortunately, he's not able to, but I hope that he will. And I did want to give him a shout out. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I may have. Some people seem to think that I may have described Battleborn, which is a game that I use as an example of how to do this well, even though the game failed. That it is a hero shooter, but I don't think I said that. I played a very little of it when it first launched. There was a demo, and I tried it out, and it's kind of like it's more like a MOBA, but it does play like a hero shooter. So it's almost like a hero shooter MOBA thing. And I thought it was a great concept. And obviously, there's a new game coming out called Deadlock, which everyone is talking about. So clearly, the concept is strong. Unfortunately, Battleborn just didn't make it. So what was the other thing I was going to mention? Somewhat. I mean, a lot of positive feedback generally. You know, a guy named Humor H2360 says, despite what people say, the cover is one of, if not the most important part of a work because it is literally going to be the first thing prospective audiences will see. If it doesn't look cool, if it doesn't look enticing, if it doesn't look fun, then there's no point in checking it out. And that is 100% true. Um, and yeah, so I would say that just wanted to follow up. I want to thank you guys for your commentary on the silhouette issue. Again, I think it's just one thing. I could make a video talking about how I would change the designs because I think that honestly, from everything I heard, like I said, heard the gameplay is solid, heard there was a lot of good in it from a technical standpoint, from a present, like from a preparedness for launch standpoint. But this is the thing about, people who have this kind of woke mind virus is that they will intentionally sabotage things so that people will listen to them. And I think a lot of it has to do with this resentment that they have towards the beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I think that I would like to see something like that we could salvage or learn from this. So I'm going to ask you, do you want me to make a video where I could, show you, or maybe do a live stream where I show you how I might improve the designs? Because I actually think that it's completely, in terms of the aesthetic design, it's completely salvageable. And this is a lesson to Sony and Ubisoft and other publishers for taking on this ideology. It's going to kill your business. So anyway, just gonna wanted to end it there. This is a very like lazy video I made, but I want to hear from you. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And again, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Long live Vivian.